Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as Bitcoin just corrected over $2,000 on the day, but 60,000 currently holding. We'll also be discussing breaking news. Coinbase announces support for the Lightning Network. Officially live. Let's freaking go. As well as BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF daily inflow on halt for the past 4 days. We'll also be discussing a new record. Bitcoin processes 1.6 million confirmed payments in a day, as well as MicroStrategy's Q1 net loss hits 53 million, but they continue on their buying spree. Also, I'm going to be sharing with you breaking news out of Hong Kong. Their ETF by China AMC took in 121 million on trading on their very first day. That's more than all the US Bitcoin ETFs combined in the last 6 trading days. We'll also be discussing a $10 million Bitcoin price prediction from Saylor, as well as a mathematician via the power law model, as well as the infamous $10 million prediction from Hal Finney. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Now, welcome, crypto fam. What it do? Shout out to the McFootinator. Buy that frickin' dip. Now we're talking, broski. Shout out to the mods. Good to see you, Molly. Beautiful day here in Puerto Rico. Ellen Todd says, work this AM, putting it into the biddies. Nice. Do it up. Stack them sats. Bill Hokie, welcome, family. What it do? Buying the dip. Music to my ears. Don George, welcome. David Wrong, welcome, broski. Shout out K Jam. How you doing, brother? Let's go. That's right. It is Tuesday, yo. Shout out to Jennifer. Good to see you as well. Bill Graper post having the people are selling their biddies. That sounds like a human mindset. Definitely sounds human to me. Yes, buying opportunities are incoming. Reminds us, Goldsberry89. Thanks for the reminder. Shout out to all the members. Almost everyone in the chat is a member of the channel, so just much respect. We appreciate it. Alan Haley, Bone Thugs Day tomorrow. Got to get April across the finish line. Oh, yeah, it's the first of the month, so get up, get up. My brothers, we having a wonderful day. It's the first of the month, and the Bitcoins jump in, pump in, sip it on 40. That's my remix anyways. Call in a Bitcoin trooper. It's time to rise up. JV is live on the air. Let's go. That's right. Shout out to my brother from another Serge, or I should say my brother from the same mother, Gaia. Just saying. Have you guys tried this tasty new dip? I'm digging it. Animated decisions. Shout out Eric Castro, Bakersfield in the chat. The calm before the storm. Thanks for the reminder. Many are throwing in the towel. Suckers. Tell them, Grant. JV got the tube going up on a Tuesday. Yeah, damn right. Shout out Ashley. Just gifted 5 memberships to the channel. To the following: David Wrong, Frederick, Travis Hall, Jay Becker, and that guy from Texas. You've all been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel on behalf of Ashley. So show Ashley some serious love. She has been very kind, just consistently always gifting memberships of the channel. So you'll notice you guys now have your name in green with a nice, sexy icon badge next to your name. Much love, much respect, and welcome all the new members of the channel. Let's go. Hey, Moon Boy, give us a break. Bloodbath today, 1 million a coin. Good Lord. Hey, it is what it is. If you don't have a long-term perspective, you shouldn't be in the market, in my humble opinion. Yeah, I mean.
Pump, 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 pump it up. Pump, 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 pump it up.
Let's go. At least 60,000 is holding right now. We mentioned yesterday the line in the sand. You can say 60 psychologically or 58 according to the charts. And if we break below that, anticipate bigger lows. But if we can maintain this line in the sand, all is good. So you already know. A lot of news coming out regarding the profit and losses of MicroStrategy, as well as them purchasing more Bitcoin. I'm not surprised. The ETFs out of Hong Kong. So we got a lot to discuss today. If you're just joining us, pump the likes, pump the stream. We're live and in the flesh each and every day, 7 days a week. So is that vodka or water? Speaking of water, what do you think it is?
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
So you get to choose what it is. But yeah, bloodbaths are good for stacking sats. So bring on the blood. You know, BlackRock is loving it. You know, MicroStrategy is loving it. You know, everyone acquiring Bitcoin right now is loving it. You know, the whales are loving it. So what's new? McFootnader says buy the FUD. Precisely. Only 12 million inflows from Hong Kong wieners. Pump it up.
Now you put water into a cup. It becomes the cup you...
I never did like Hong Kong or Donkey Kong throwing ish at my boy Mario. Welcome, Mankey. The market is repricing ETH as the security. Maybe that's it. Be Bitcoin, my friend. That's right, Peter. Shout out, Peter. And welcome, y'all. Shout out, Russia. What is good? Welcome to the fam. Let's freaking go. But without further ado, if you're new to the channel, important to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, just like this. Also, be sure to smash that like. It helps out tremendously with the YouTube algo and is always greatly appreciated. Today is pod episode number 1625. I'm your host, JV. It's April 30th, 2024, the final day of the month, meaning we're going to get the April monthly close a little later this evening. A lot going on in the market. As you can see clearly, we are correcting. 60,000 has been holding as support. Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. We got Bitcoin down 3.5%, maintaining above 60,700. Ether back under $3,000, corrected 6% on the day, along with Solana down almost 7%, AVAX down 6%, and just massive overall losses in the market. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we're still sitting on a 2.23 trillion market cap with 77 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance on the rise, but barely. Today we're 53.7%. Ether dominance declined a bit to 16.4%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, virtually nothing. Womp womp. That's because everything's correcting and in the red. So let's instead check out the top losers. Pendle down 19%, Ordi down 15%, and Say down 14%. But my question for y'all, which particular alts are you guys most bullish on for this particular bull run? Let me know. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get more of the visual perspective. It's a bloodbath. You got nothing in the green, everything correcting, and some of these losses, 20% on the day, not a good look. But zooming out on the monthly, even worse. A lot of these losses now 30, 40, 50% with virtually everything in the red, minus just a handful, including Neo Core, BGB, and WBT. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, today we're rated a 67, which is greed, same as yesterday. Last week a 71, and last month a 75. So there you have it, my crypto fam. How do you feel, or where do you feel the monthly close will take us? Do let me know your insights and I'll read those out loud. Shout out Barack Monfils Evangelista. Welcome, family. Greatly appreciate that. Super. Much love, respect, and good to see you. These whales think we're dumb. I don't think they think we're dumb. I think regulators think we're dumb. Governments think we're dumb. But yeah, the whales are just the smart money. And they're going to continue accumulating and doing their thing. And if they can buy sats on the low, that's precisely where they'll go. Just saying. It's all about stacking them sats at the end of the day. Let's not get confused with the USD equivalent to the biddy, because one biddy is still equivalent to one biddy as it was 15 years ago, and as it is today, and as it will be in the next 15 years. How much down do we go more from here? That's the million-dollar question. Ask you. We'll soon find out. Let's see if 60,000 holds. You tell me what you think we're going to do. I'll read it out loud. The government. That's right. The damn government. Everyone loves their government. Serge flexing on them. Let's go. I'm just going to buy more. Precisely what the smart people are doing right now. If you have the ability to buy. HODL gang, HODL gang, HODL gang. Smash the like button. Family and HODL for life. Tell them scan. Let's go. Glad I pulled out some profits yesterday, says KJM. Bitcoin is currently worth 60,700 pieces of US paper. Precisely.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
There's a crypto asset called Bitcoin, right?
Pump
Pump it up. Come on, boys.
Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong.
Guido, you're late, bro. Welcome. 55,000 says Serge. Let's see if we hit 55,000, shall we? Buy the fear. Tell him, Manuel. Thank you for the memberships and gifts, Ashley. You are awesome. Thank you for that, Molly. And yes, again, shout out to Ashley. She is amazing. Got 99 problems, but a Bitcoin ain't one. Hit me. Pamp it up. Let's go. Price will move depending upon the Jerome Powell statements tomorrow. Oh, great. We got the next FOMC meeting. My favorite cult leader is Saylor. Exigent says he is a good cult leader. Shout out the one and only Mike Saylor. All the greats are Mikes. We got Mike Jackson, Mike Tyson, Mike Jordan, Mike Saylor. Just saying, pointing out the obvious. We'll be down 13% down this month, up 100% from a year ago. It's all perspective, Robert. Great point. Look at a 15-year chart against the dollar and tell me how we doing. How we doing? Can we say 60 G's? I think we can, actually. Good time for that one.
60 G's, baby!
The Conor McGregor clip lives on forever as long as Bitcoin's in the 60,000 range.
It's red panty night when you signed to find me, eh? Back at home with your wife.
It's a celebration to stack sats on the low with your wife.
It's a celebration.
Bone Daddy, what it do? Mike Hunt, let's go. FJB, hashtag FJB. Amen to that one. FGG, a little Gary Gensler-ish. Yes, FJB and GG. When will the Binance CEO CZ decision come? I think he's supposed to be in court today. We may get that decision. They want to give him 3 years, which I think is a little crazy. However, that's what the prosecutor said when we read that. So we'll see if we get an update with the sentencing. And what about the execs of FTX? It's kind of been under the radar. What about Caroline Ellison and Gary Wang and all those guys? I don't think they've been sentenced yet either. I'm JV Parrot. Nice. I dig the parrot. When in FUD, zoom out. I'm now up 0.001136 biddies. Good for you, Bill. Good for you, broski. Helen Todd, or how you doing? Yeah, how we doing today? Let me know. A beautiful Tuesday. Let's go. The week is still early. We had the Hong Kong launch. A lot going on in the market, so we got a lot to cover. So actually, let's dive right into today's technical analysis, aka astrology for the men. Bitcoin sub 60G levels in focus after the daily crypto liquidations near 300 milli. As we can see on the 1 hour chart, Bitcoin hit 2-week lows around the April 30th Wall Street open this morning after new spot price ETFs disappointed. That's right. Data from TradingView tracked a precipitous drop on Bitcoin after the Asian trading session, with the pair of Bitcoin/USD losing 61,000 of support. Liquidations quickly mounted across crypto, totaling 275 milli over 24 hours as per CoinGlass. The already cautious mood turned firmly bearish as it emerged that the first day's trading volume for Hong Kong's new Bitcoin ETFs had fallen considerably below expectations. New products managed 12.4 million, still impressive for the size of the local market, as per Bloomberg analyst Balchunas, who gave a distinctively positive impression of the first day's performance, quoting him here: East versus West, the U.S. did 740 million in assets and 4.6 billion in trading. These are far below that, but if you adjust for the size of their market, it's a different story, equivalent of 25 billion plus and 1.6 billion, respectively. So for context, China's AMC's Bitcoin ETF is already among the top 20 biggest in that market after 1 day. And I'll break this down more specifically later on in the show as far as all the data and the details coming out of the ETFs in Hong Kong. And considering where the current Bitcoin price weakness may reverse, market participants eyeballed 60,000 and the ground immediately below. As I pointed out, I would keep your eyes out on that 60 level and 58. Quoting analysts from Glassnode here, the 50-day EMA stands as potential support, while the 60,000 level seems like robust bottom for the current consolidation range, extending up to 74,000. So with the market favoring a buy on the dip approach, bullish sentiment persists. However, a breach of the 60,000 support may lead to further stability at the 52,000 level, historically attracting buyers and reinforcing the uptrend. They also referred to the 50-day exponential moving average, while trader Wolf drew attention to the 21-day equivalent. The two trend lines both stood at around 64,500, with the daily candle threatening to leave them far behind, and another trader, Axel Adler, added that the Bitcoin futures were being shorted, casting doubt on nearby support. So there you go. And big news coming out of Coinbase, they announced that the Lightning Network is officially live on their platform. Lightning Network will ultimately allow you to transfer funds virtually instant and cheap, virtually free, like pennies on the dollar where it would normally be. So that's a good look. Hopefully all the major exchanges implement this. I heard Binance has already implemented. If someone can confirm, and if any of the other exchanges have implemented Lightning, please do let me know. And let me know if you're a fan of the Bitcoin Lightning Network. And just FYI, I do accept Lightning payments. In fact, on the screen right there, you can zap me some sats. I also have my my Bitcoin address and Ether address in the description below. So feel free. I appreciate it, guys. Much love, much respect. But yeah, yo, let me know your thoughts on the Lightning. I'm going to read your guys' comments here out loud. Respect the stream. That's right. Respect the mods, respect the fam, and respect one another. First and foremost, any disrespectful mofos will get the hammer from one of the many incredible moderators. So just FYI, if you don't know, now you know.
Well. You know what time it is. Whew.
Let's go. Are we bullish, guys? Hoodie black. What kind of question is that?
More than 5 sats in your stack, then get it on. Had the people on my back to get us on.
Appreciate that, K-Jam. Respect, guys. Let's go.
Where's broke? Have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb. Oh yeah,
We heard Kramer report that broke chat. He want to FUD that, but now they got the stud back. I am bullish on my pet rock. I love to hear that, Serge. Wow, awesome Coinbase news, JV. Yeah, that's fantastic. Coinbase being the largest exchange here in the States, this is long overdue, in my opinion. Something they should have implemented years ago. I don't know what took them so long personally, but at least it's here, because I think everyone would agree we want lower fees and faster transactions, and that's precisely what Layer 2 Lightning Network allows us to do. Shout out Alex. What's the second best podcast? There's no second best. There's a crypto podcast called Crypto News Alerts, right?
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset.
Real talk. So yeah, ahoy shipmates. Sorry, a little late. I had my, what is that? My lawn. Had to bail my lawn. All good, Greg. Welcome to the stream, Captain. JV, do you remember the movie The Golden Child, Eddie Murphy, and how he has to carry some water to keep it clear? Now, I don't remember that movie. I may have seen it. I don't even know. I don't recall the concept, so I may have not have seen it. Is that something I got to check out? 60 G's, baby. Squirrel bait, where you been, bro? Good to see you back. You know, a squirrel bait is a nut. You got stickers too? I think we got the stickers. 56,000 by Sunday. We'll soon see. We're still just $400 above the 60,000 support. We're going to see if this holds. Obviously, we're correcting right now. I think this is the lowest price level we've seen in a minute, especially considering a month and a half ago, mid-March, we tapped 73.8. So this is like a $14,000 discount. Take advantage of it. We'll see, Lock Sky. Welcome to the stream, broski. Eddie Murphy hated that movie, Don George says. I remember like Coming to America, some of those movies. I don't remember that particular one. Watched the OG Die Hard last night. Damn, the blood looked real. Are you talking about Bruce Willis Die Hard? Let me know, K-Jam. There's no second best. That's right. Definitely got to watch The Golden Child. Charles Dance is one of the greatest bad guys ever. I'll have to check it out then, Alan. The lower, the more we can buy. Amen to that, Juan. It's a good thing. I agree. With Bitcoin, you win no matter what if you're a hodler. Now, if you're not a hodler and you're sitting on the sidelines watching it go up, that's stressful. Don't get it twisted. But if you're in the game already and you got a stash and you have the opportunity to buy some more sats at a discount, hallelujah. That's what it's all about. So the Hong Kong Bitcoin ETF was a bit of a bust. Going bong the gong in Hong Kong. We're going to be discussing that here shortly. Pump it up. Expos John. Welcome, welcome. I don't think people can wrap their minds around how high Bitcoin can go. Well, we're going to help you wrap your mind around that for today's pod because we're going to be discussing $10 million Bitcoin as per Hal Finney prediction, the OG himself, the Giga Chad, Mike Saylor, as well as some math professor. They all agree. 10 million. Inevitable. Nakatomi. What? Should sold at 73, says Bobby Digi. Bobby Digi, Australia, getting Bitcoin ETF soon. Also, that's right. They announced before the end of the year, they're looking to get their ETF live. Now, Samson Mow says, don't underestimate this Hong Kong ETF. It may start out slow, but there's a lot of money coming out of this region, if you know what I mean. What happens when Saudi Arabia and Qatar start bidding each other for Bitcoin, outbidding each other? Precisely. Excellent question, Valentino. That's what I'd be asking myself. Time to stacking them sats. Back home with your wife. Bitcoin's going to go Hunter Biden high. And so he got high. If you take a trip to the year 2100, you're laughing at how Bitcoin was only 64,000 at the spring of 2024. Precisely, Bill. After the stream, I'm going shopping. Got to get some food for the dogs and chickens. God bless you, Jennifer. 5 million 2030, says the McFootinator. Bring it. Just a math professor. Yeah, exactly. Imagine if the Saudis buy 1 trillion at the moment. Imagine that. We got to do a remix to Nas. If I rule the world with little Lauryn Hill, I buy all that Bitcoin. Imagine that. Why do you think Hong Kong holds such a confident stance? Because they're in Bitcoin. Well, it is a different product, which definitely is good. Definitely. Also the game theory, more competition, right? And people will find a way to invest in it in China, even though theoretically they're not allowed to in the mainland. And that's another thing to consider. Overall, China is a massive region. And even though Hong Kong is itty bitty, where there is a will, there is a way, as so they say. 50 trillion incoming. Now we're talking. The Qatar God Candle. I am ready. That Afro Man video was freaking hilarious. You talking about the Hunter got high? Bro, these video titles, you gotta relax, bro. Hey, P-Dot, let me do my thing, bro. Is it just the first day of the Hong Kong ETFs? Chill out, traders. Precisely, Grant. It's just day one. Pump the likes, pump the stream. I appreciate it. But let's dive into our next story of the day, shall we? And I just realized I didn't update the sidebar there, so my apologies. Ignore that. This headline reads, BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF daily inflow on halt for 4 days. That's right. The Bitcoin community is increasingly concerned about BlackRock's spot ETF halting inflows for several consecutive days for the first time since launch. We're talking about iBit, the fastest growing spot Bitcoin ETF in the US, has not recorded any inflows since April 24th. That's right. According to data from iBit's official page, the fund held the same 274,462 biddies over the past 4 trading days. Does seem a little sus. BlackRock's iBit halted its 71-day inflow streak April 24th, triggering concerns as the fund previously consistently attracted new investments daily. So after starting trading with just 2,600 Bitcoin in holdings January 11th, iBit increased its holdings by as much as 10,378%. I believe they now hold like 270,000 plus biddies. Some crypto observers expressed concern about iBit's inflow, suggesting such an event is not a good sign for investors. Other industry activists hinted that it is BlackRock's 71-day inflow streak that was rather more extraordinary than the past 4 days with zero inflows. Quoting Apollo co-founder here, for new Bitcoins to come in or go out of an ETF, there needs to be big enough mismatch between supply and demand, such that the market makers need to organize the creation or destruction of creation units. This isn't unique to Bitcoin ETFs. This is how ETFs work. In general, most ETFs on most days will record zero inflows. BlackRock's trend to positive flows has been an exception to this rule. Now, BlackRock's zero inflow period comes amid other ETF issuers, including the biggest seller, Grayscale Investments, continuing to see outflows from their spot ETFs. According to data from HODL Capital, the total daily outflows from the 10 spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US amounted to 823 Bitcoin April 20th. As of that day, we had Grayscale's trust, GBTC, holding 297,000 Bitcoin, down 52% from the initial holdings. January 11th, they had over 600,000. So half that flow already gone via outflows. Now, BlackRock now has 274,462 biddies. Grayscale's currently holds around 8% more. So that means BlackRock is about to flip Grayscale, being one of the largest hodlers of biddies in the world. So despite a slowdown in spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US, the funds are still in positive territory overall in terms of total holding changes since the trading launch. As of April 29th, yesterday, the total Bitcoin ETF holdings amounted to 831,424 BTC, up around 33% since the initial launch on January 11th. I mean, that's no joke. That's a lot of Bitcoin. Let's consider the fact 21 million Bitcoin can only ever be in existence, and they already have 831,000 in just over 90 days. Pretty wild if you really let that sink in, the volume of the ETFs in general. Yeah, I mean, Afro Man missed the mark on the video. I think he could have easily got up and come in, hot video producer from YouTube, to do it way, build their portfolio. Left a lot of money for the quality, says P.Dollar. Well, I don't even think I paid attention to the video. I just listened to the song, I think, when I was like freshening up. I was laughing out loud, though. So shout out Afro Man on that one. If you haven't checked it out, I think it's called Hunter Got High. New remix to I Got High. Japan's government pension investment fund is investing in Bitcoin. Good to note. I was wrong. It is back below 62. Damn it, says Luke Doggy Dog. Fiat is getting hammered. Hammer time. It's hammer go hammer to the MC, hammer to the rest can go in play. Can't touch this. BTC, that is. That info is good. Tell him, Chris. Hello from Bangkok. Shout out Jerry Reynolds. Shout out Thailand. And shout out to the Bangkok. Great tune. I'm glad you're digging it, P-Dot. It is pretty hilarious. There you go. K-Jam just dropped a track. Be sure to check it out. You guys will find it hilarious. Sorry, the amount of Bitcoin is less than 17 milli. Well, if you consider lost Bitcoin, 100% with you. 3.6 million are permanently lost, and Satoshi holds over 1 million and over 100 cold wallets. Well, there you go. That's even less Bitcoin. So if there's only 17 million, considering the roughly 4 million lost or 5 million, and then the ETFs already have 1 million, right? Coinbase is probably custodying millions. So theoretically, Coinbase is the largest holder of Bitcoin in the world because they're the custodian of GBTC. They're the custodian of BlackRock and many of the other ETFs. I think the only ones doing the self-custody out of the States as far as asset managers is Fidelity. I believe they have $4.5 trillion in assets under management. So yeah, Coinbase is a large holder of Bitcoin, they say. Nacho keys, nacho coins, meaning nacho keys, nacho cheese. So theoretically, Coinbase is the largest holder of Bitcoin in the world, more than Satoshi. Whoa. And we also got, let's not forget, MicroStrategy. We'll be tapping into their latest of what's going on over there as well. They continue accumulating. 2 million have yet to be mined. Let that sink in. That's right, Fidelity. Hey, gang. Shout out to the HODL King. What it do, broski? What up with that CAW, though? What's the CAW stand for? Let me know. I don't even know. Maybe it is the Natoshi project, that he is really the U.S. government and is ready for the Bitcoin standard. Natoshi project. Interesting. Move your cheese off the exchanges. Great reminder. I heard a lot of weird things go on in Bangkok. Please enlighten me. I've been to Bangkok. It was actually a beautiful place. I remember going to like a 5D movie theater. It was pretty crazy. And they had a very luxurious mall. Because you think like Bangkok and you just think like, third world country. No, they're advanced. Their city is pretty amazing. If you haven't been there, you got to check it out. I remember all the luxury vehicles in the mall. You know what I mean? Those multiple six-figure luxury sports cars. I remember everything was high end. I was just like, whoa, this is Bangkok, yo. And yeah, we went to a 5D movie theater. It was pretty lit as well. I think I saw Hunger Games. It was back in the day. And like the chairs move, the air comes, like you get water sprayed at you. It feels like you're in the movie. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, I digress. FBTC, Fidelity holds almost $10 billion in Bitcoin. That's what's up. They're one of the larger asset managers for sure. I'm also in the fifth dimension. Welcome. Bangkok is amazing. I've been here 24 years. A beautiful place. I miss the Thai massages. They're next level because you get to stretch and a massage at the same time. Thai massages for the win. Win, win, win. Just saying. Also, the food was pretty good. I remember the food there was pretty lit. Wow, 60,200. We're still dumping. 200 away from testing 60 G's, baby. Which reminds me.
60 G's, baby!
Confucians say, man who walks through the airport sideways is going to Bangkok. Is that what Confucius says? CAW means crow with knife. It is a pop and meme coin on the Chronos chain right now. Oh, crow with knife. Interesting. Thank you, WCBJJ77. Most 5D theaters are wild. You even smell the environment. Exactly, Lazarus. Exactly. Added to my Bitcoin bag earlier. Let's pump it up. Bangkok, soy nana. If you know, you know. Soy nana. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds pretty cool. Good morning from Holy-ish. What the frick is that happening? Says VZ Fat Cat 13. I asked the same question. Those massages, JV, you making me jelly. Exactly. If I go to Thailand again, that will be on my agenda. Daily Thai massage. The best of the best. China and Thailand give the best massages. I think because they were discovered there, for Christ's sake. So, I mean, the pressure from a Chinese masseuse in China or from Thailand doing a Thai massage is unparalleled to anything else. And I've had massages all over the world. It's like one of the things I do. I love massages. No matter where I go, got to get a massage. But China and Hong Kong, there's levels to this ish, man. Just saying. I digress. Hashtag FJB. I got my dip money on the side. Dip. Come on, dip. Snatch some chips. Naughty. Nana Plaza. I'm not familiar, but you say naughty. Bro, all these whales are just playing games. Just freaking drop it already, Jumpman says. Word up. La Lanta, Koh Lanta is the place, says Kevin. One Night in Bangkok is an excellent song from 85. And it reminds me of the movie. What is the movie with the broskies? I know at the time it was like the #1 rated R movie as far as like gross. But it's like the broskies go. Mike Tyson is like in the first one. And there's a lion that ends up, or a tiger, in their apartment. What's the name of that movie? I know you guys know this movie. The broskies must know this movie. The Taiwana massages are the best, if you know what I mean. Taiwana. I have a 3-point plus vibrating bed with a firm mattress, and my back hurts from the snowboarding injuries. Oh, wow. Buy more? Yes, please. North Korean massages are the bomb. Maybe all Asian massages are bomb, because now that I think about it, Bali had pretty dope massages as well. But I'm just saying, China and Thailand, just next level. Yeah, Hangover. One of the best movies of all time. Hangover. Classic. Yeah, hilarious. Weren't they in Bangkok in like the first episode? Hey guys, back from the beach again. Buy the dip. Yes, relaxing. Holding tough and put 2,000 on the side. Nice. Got greedy today, bought more biddies and an XRP for the bag. Well, right now XRP is probably lower than 50 cents. 2 for $1. I know which movie you're talking about. Forgot the name. Yeah, it's Hangover. Classic. Ain't selling 1 cent. Love you. They love you long time, says John Matrix. Bitcoin 52 Gs. We're only $250 away from testing 6,000 support. Let's see how we hold up. But anyways, keep the comments flowing. Always appreciated. Let's discuss our next story of the day. Headline reads, new record. Bitcoin processes 1.6 million confirmed payments in a day. That's right. Amid increasing Bitcoin use for day-to-day purchases, the Bitcoin network recorded the highest number of confirmed payments on April 23rd, 3 days after stepping into the new halving cycle on April 20th. The Bitcoin network processed over 1.6 million unique transactions between sender and receivers. So, as you can see here, brought to you by blockchain.com, comparing data from blockchain and Glassnode shows a direct correlation between the launch of Bitcoin Ruins, an alternate to Bitcoin ordinals and the BRC20 protocol on the Bitcoin blockchain, and the spike in daily Bitcoin transactions. According to Dune Analytics, Runes represents 81% of all Bitcoin transactions on April 23rd. Let me know if any of you are bullish on Runes. However, Bitcoin eventually reclaimed the lion's share of transactions over the network. As of April 29th, Bitcoin represented 77% of all the Bitcoin transactions, while Runes contributed to 18.8%. Other transactions on the Bitcoin network comprise of ordinals at a modest 1.2% and BRC20s at 2.3%. And check this out. The increase in the number of the Bitcoin Runes transactions had worked in the favor of the mining industry. Two of the biggest mining firms operating in the U.S., Stronghold Digital Mining and Marathon, highlighted the positive influence of Ruins from both a financial and functional perspective in correspondence with Cointelegraph. Rune transactions have added over 1,200 Bitcoin worth of transaction fees to the miners since the Bitcoin halving took effect. That was roughly 10, 11 days ago. While the hype around the Ruins is evidently subsiding, this anonymous decentralized finance researcher, Ignis, sees it as a real market opportunity, quoting him here. Runestone, RSIC, and PUPs are already pumping, promising holders shiny new Rune token airdrops. And FOMO threads keep a-coming. But like the NFT frenzy post JPEG reveal, the market can soon cool off. Meanwhile, Runes and BRC20 tokens are new NFTs aiming to create more utility for Bitcoin in a new paradigm known as the Bitcoin DeFi, or BTC Fi for short. So there you have it. My crypto fam, let me know your thoughts on Ruins and what's going on with the Bitcoin network right now. I think the altcoins are where it is at. If you don't have enough to buy a whole coin, says P. Once money is made on alts, maybe Bitcoin can be bought. Till then, I sold. Now, I disagree with that sentiment, but I would agree that's how the average investor thinks. If you can't afford a whole coin, well, might as well just focus on the alts. And if I do great in the alt market, well, then I'll just invest the profits into Bitcoin. Most people will get wrecked in that alt market and never stack any Bitcoin, unfortunately. But the silver lining, you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can take the same amount you're anticipating buying alts with and just buy Bitcoin. Even if it's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a Bitcoin, one Bitcoin can be divided by 100 million Satoshis. So it's irrelevant if it's $10, $5, $5,000, or 50,000. Stack sats accordingly, I'm telling you. Buying Bitcoin at 59 Gs, says VZ. All new based on what I have heard in the last few months. I think Bitcoin retail FOMO is nothing like it was for Bitcoin because those people see the alts. The Hangover, that was the movie for show, Samuel. That's my plan. I want to sell one of my alts and get at least 0.25 Bitcoin. There you go. The movie, The Interview, was dope too. I don't think I've seen The Interview. Who's in that one? But my favorite scene from Hangover is when the Asian man jumps out of the trunk and they think he's dead. It's all freaking hilarious. 5 Bitcoin on the ledger and retire in Thailand in 2035. Why bother, says. Exactly, Creeper. More runes or morons? If anything takes loss on alts and buy the Bitcoin dip, I did this 4 years. There you go. Sub 60 Gs incoming. Speaking of 60 Gs, baby.
60 G's, baby!
Trying to get your broski into Bitcoin, but he won't take the orange pill. You can lead a horse to the water, or you can lead a broski to the orange pill, but you can't force him to swallow it. That's our new phrase. You can lead the broski to the orange pill, but you can't make him swallow it. You know what I mean? I got 2,000 in alts to DCA into the biddies too. If it goes lower, hey fam, I see a candle coming in May. Word, a big candle, Omega, God, Buddha, Satoshi. Let me know what kind of candle. Define big. Just stack the sats. DCA, baby. Looking forward to the ADGs, baby. I know. This is BS. Says VZ. That's Ken Jeong, I think. He's a very funny guy. Yeah, dude's hilarious. I think he's probably Korean, right? A CNA family keeping me grounded and focused. Shout out Lisa. And congrats on the focus. In the trunk. Yeah, when he jumps out of the trunk, it is hilarious. I'll never forget that scene. It's like embedded in my unconscious mind. I just remember cracking up hysterical when I saw that for the first time. Good Lord. Looks like 52,000 is the resistance area. If it drops, the first Hangover movie was in Vegas. Second was Bangkok. Oh, thanks for the correction. I just remember one in Bangkok. So the first one was in Vegas. How many have there been? There's probably like 3 now, right? I think they did one focused on the Asian guy because he was like the most hilarious in the movie. It's been a minute though. I haven't seen that movie in a minute. The best scene was Tyson. Which one was with Tyson? Was that the first one in Vegas? Let me know. But yeah, I remember Tyson in there as well. I'm just kidding. I wrote out from, what is that? 47 BTO, 15.5. Never sold. This ain't ish. Of course, VZ. Protein fuel, that would be support. Well, you wait for 80,000 Bitcoin. I will make 80,000 this year. Kaiser candle, send it. Shout out Max Kaiser. But anyways, fam, keep the comments flowing. And let's dive into our next story of the day, shall we? Here's the latest with Hong Kong. Or actually, Hong Kong's next. Again, ignore the sidebar because sidebar is inaccurate. But yeah, next story will be Hong Kong. This one's MicroStrategy Q1 net loss hits 53 million, but Bitcoin buying spree continues. That's right. MicroStrategy, the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin, reported a net loss of 53 milli in the first quarter of this year, but the firm continued to stack more Bitcoin. In April, the net loss came as the firm recorded 191 million digital asset impairment loss in the quarter, up 10 times from the first quarter of 2023. Revenue also fell 5.5% compared to the first quarter of 2023, reaching 115 milli, according to MicroStrategy's official Q1 result filing. However, the firm has yet to adopt the new digital asset fair value accounting standard, which would have considered the 65% increase in fair value or market value of Bitcoin during the quarter. So as a result, MicroStrategy carrying value of Bitcoin was marked at $5 billion at 23,680 per Bitcoin per the traditional accounting method instead of the 15 billion if it had taken the fair value approach. So this is despite the firm writing a letter to the Financial Accounting Standards Board in May of 2023 in support of the new standard. About 7 months later, the FASB amended its rules to mandate fair value reporting of digital assets for fiscal years after December 15th, 2024, which means the end of this year. Meanwhile, the software firm turned Bitcoin development company has already bought another 122 Bitcoin for 7.8 million. Thus, this month of April, according to their financial statements, and quoting Michael Saylor, in April, MicroStrategy acquired an additional 122 Bitcoin for 7.8 million, now holds 214,400 biddies. That's pretty substantial, yo. 214,400 Bitcoin. That does not include Michael Saylor's personal stash. So yeah, not too shabby. And their average DCA price is $35,180. Not bad. That means, yeah, they're like double in profit at 60,000, virtually almost, right? The firm raised 1.5 billion from 2 convertible note debt offerings to acquire another 25,000 Bitcoin in Q1, making it the firm's 14th consecutive quarter of adding more Bitcoin to the balance sheet, noted MicroStrategy's president and CEO Phong Le. MicroStrategy stock fell 3.3% in the after-hours trading after the announcement. According to Google, Bitcoin's 65% increase sparked a near unprecedented MicroStrategy rally on the first quarter, surging over 170% to $1,704 by the end of March. How many of you are holding MicroStrategy stock? Let me know, chat. Now, MicroStrategy stock has since fallen to $1,292, according to Google finance. So there you have it. And as pointed out here with the recent buys, again, they now hold 214,400 biddies worth $13 billion, meaning they are over $5.5 billion in profit. Not too shabby. So there you go, family. I'm going to read the comments and then we'll dive into the latest out of Hong Kong and their ETF launch. I'm Rock Diamond Nuts 1000X, baby. I dig it, VZ. MSTR is all about the balance sheet. Tell them, John. I think there's a difference in how the market truly is and where it can go versus a ton of YouTubers pushing unrealistic outlooks and pricing. Respect your opinion there, P-Dot. Yeah, man. Show notes are all below the video, always in the description. Thank you for the reminder, KJam. George shorted the Bitcoin. Oh no, Saylor's personal Bitcoin stash is over 17,000. Thanks for sharing that. Not too shabby. 17,000 biddies. Good Lord. Yeah, I think George has some backroom deals on what he pushes. When you keep referencing George, just to be clear, are you referring to the creator of Cryptos or Us? We are all George. It is not YouTubers that are making unrealistic outlooks. They're all getting the information from the same sources. If you look at the Fibonacci and other technicals, you would see the same. Thank you, Jennifer. Diamond nuts, says Kevin. I like that. Screw the diamond hands. I got the diamond nuts, says Squirrel Bait. I'm paraphrasing for you, broski. Here is a quote. Saylor is the largest shareholder in MicroStrategy, holding more than 2.4 million shares and holds at least 17,000 Bitcoin of his own. Word. So is Saylor really the largest shareholder? I heard it was Vanguard, or maybe it's Vanguard after Michael Saylor. That's why I want to know. From what I researched, it showed Vanguard the largest shareholder, and it showed BlackRock the second largest shareholder. So I'm curious if Mike Saylor is truly the largest shareholder above BlackRock and Vanguard. If someone can confirm that, that'd be good insight. We are all George. I think 100,000 is a big stretch goal. And by 100,000, I don't mean touching it, but holding it, says P-Dot. Come on, bears. Drop, come on, drop. Below 60 or get up, rip, you Bearstards. I like that. Bearstards. They won't drop it to my buying price of 59, says VZ. What up, JV? Long-term hodler here. Go, go, go. Shout out, Dave. What it do? Who's Saylor Jr.? Hey, is there a Saylor Jr.? I didn't know that. I am Costanza, Lord of the Idiots. George got nothing on this channel. There's nothing letting it below 60. Think you're right, JV, but Saylor doesn't show up as a hodler. Well, that would make sense. Vanguard Group held over 1,126 million MSTR shares as of September 2023, making it the second largest institutional shareholder in the company. Thanks for those insights. I don't think he is doing anything wrong. I truly hold myself accountable for all the financial decisions, but I know there are folks get that. Saylor did a lot of selling this last month. Will Saylor become the richest man in the world? It's possible. I honestly think Max Kaiser will be the richest in the world, because if Max truly holds more Bitcoin than Satoshi, as Alex Jones claims, run the math. Let's just hypothetically say he had 1 million Bitcoin. 1 million Bitcoin times $1 million. I think that would make the world's first trillionaire. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just thinking math out loud. I could be wrong. But I would go with Max, because Max is an early adopter. He got into Bitcoin in like 2011 when it was like $1 or less. Saylor didn't come to the party until very late, like 2020, where Bitcoin was already, thousands of dollars per coin. So that's my thought, my hypothesis. My hypothesis. The Bitcoin chick with the glasses and Saylor should probably get married. The chick with the glasses. You're referring to Kathy Wood, big dog? That's hilarious. Biddy going up. So much for breaking 60 then, eh? Watch 70,000 within the next 2 hours. Bada boom, bada bing. So let me use this clip while I still can.
60 G's, baby!
But anyways, fam, keep the likes coming. I appreciate it. Let's discuss the latest out of Hong Kong for all my Hong Kong dons, shall we? Headline reads, Hong Kong Bitcoin and Ether ETFs have tough debut on their first trading day. Let's break it down. The launch of the spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US have proved hard to follow as Hong Kong's new Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs hit 12 million in trading volume. Spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs finally hit Hong Kong markets, but trading volume suggests the launch of the spot ETFs in the US set an exceptionally high bar to match. The 6 new crypto ETFs, oh wow, 6 new. Total trading volume at the closing bell on day 1 in Hong Kong was 87.5 million Hong Kong dollars, which is 12 million USD. This number pales compared to the first day trading volume of the US spot Bitcoin ETFs, which were valued at 4.6 billion. Data shared by the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, which is HKEX, highlighted the relatively flat performance and interest in the 6 spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs managed by China Asset Management, Harvest Global, Bosera, and Hashkey. The Bosera Hashkey Bitcoin ETF recorded 249,000 Hong Kong dollars in first day trading volume, while the Bosera Hashkey Ether ETF produced 99,000 Hong Kong dollars in trading volume at the closing bell. Now, speaking of Hong Kong dollars, I remember when I visited, I got some Hong Kong dollars, which I still have as a souvenir. I'll have to show you guys next show. I got to dig it up out of my closet. The China Asset, and just saying, thinking out loud, the China Asset Management Bitcoin ETF fared far better, seeing 4.6 million Hong Kong dollars in trading volume. Trading had opened at 8 Hong Kong dollars and closed at 7.9 Hong Kong dollars. CAM's Ether ETF recorded 4.6 million Hong Kong dollars in trading volume by the closing bell. Now, Wu Blockchain previously reported that CAM subscription size for its spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs attracted 140 million during the initial offering period before trading even began. Now, their index previously highlighted investor interest in its crypto futures ETFs, which were first launched in late 2022. Its 3 VA futures ETFs attracted 529 million in net inflows in the first quarter of 2024, adding to the hype around the spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs launch April 30th. The South China Morning Post reported that local fund managers and brokerages are offering fee exemptions in an attempt to draw investors to the new crypto ETFs. Harvest is waiving its management fee for 6 months, while Bosera has foregone its management fee for 4 months. This is the game theory, fam. The publication also intimated that investors in mainland China could potentially have access to the newly launched products. However, this could be mitigated by KYC policies related to the mainland Chinese identity cards. And as shared here, Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs by China AMC took in 121 million in asset on day 1 of trading, more than all the US Bitcoin ETFs combined in the last 6 trading days. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know how you feel this will play out. And Samson Mow, he made a tweet earlier. I didn't get to share it here on the show, but nonetheless, it says something along the lines of, even though the ETF in Hong Kong will start out slow, it is a very big deal, which will have a big impact. So don't underestimate this Hong Kong ETF. Kind of like what we witnessed in the States back on January 11th. There was a nothing burger sell the news event, according to everybody, and it did. Markets crashed after the launch, but lo and behold, it started gathering steam, and the inflows have been crazy. Again, over 830,000 Bitcoin accumulated already through Bitcoin ETFs just in the States alone, and it's only been 3.5 months. So let's go. Samson Mow. Shout out Samson. Holla if you hear me. I have to put the what under for any dentistry. Oh no. Getting meds soon, says Devon. What are the meds for there, family? Let me know.
We heard Kramer report that.
Kramer.
He said, we bought more bags, till we got a sword back. Can't short your dork, we can't afford that.
Great job with the news, says Expos. Good thing you're not dyslexic. Oh, thank you, family. Would that mean I'd read everything backwards, right? I'd be like, dyslexic, not your thing good. JV news, the job great. I want to talk to Samson. Put Samson on the phone. I got put under when I got my wisdom teeth pulled. Oh, you're talking about getting put under. Wisdom teeth getting pulled is a nightmare. Ouch. February 14th, I think, was like the ATF after the wait for the middle of my... Yeah, pretty much. They can try to ban the TikTok, but they cannot ban the biddies. Tell him, Rudy. 60,000. We're going down to 51 G's. Let's see if we hold. I got some meds I'm packing into my bong right now. The best meds of all. God's meds. God's plan. God's plan. Sometimes I smoke, sometimes I don't. Should have bought after the halving. This is so stupid, says Bartholomew. That's right. Kramer, always coming in unannounced. If Michael Saylor and Kathy Wood have a baby, what would that baby's name be? Man, you tell me. I think the name should be Lucky. You don't get a better name than that. If you have Saylor as the father and Wood as the mother, I think the name should just be Lucky. Hashtag 420. I wonder if molar pulling gets you a Mary Jane ticket. Smash the likes. I'm dyslexic and left-handed. Who cares? Where are we going from here? If we drop below 60 G's, baby. Had 4 pulled and I ate a McDonald's cheeseburger right after. That's hilarious, Lisa. Name would be Microdose. Biddy. Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's a pretty dope name. How many kids are named Bitcoin, for Christ's sake? However, maybe 50 years from now, you don't want your child named Bitcoin because he'd be a target. They'd be like, go after Bitcoin. Go after the Bitcoin. Marilyn Manson bought another rack. Nice BS. But anyways, keep the comments a-flowing. But now for our feature story of the day. Let's discuss Bitcoin realistically hitting $10 million. And by what date? Let's break it down, but we got to start from the very beginning. Hal Finney made a 10 million prediction all the way back in like 2009. Which is crazy to fathom. And here's what he wrote. I'm going to read this to you. It's interesting that the system can be configured to only allow a certain maximum number of coins ever to be generated. I guess the idea is that the amount of work needed to generate a new coin will become more difficult as time goes on. Now, one immediate problem with any new currency is how to value it, even ignoring the practical problem that virtually no one will accept it at first. There is still a difficulty in coming up with a reasonable argument in favor of a particular non-zero value for the coins. And as an amusing thought experiment, that Bitcoin is successful and becomes the dominant payment system in use throughout the world, then the total value of the currency should be equal to the total value of all the wealth in the world. Current estimates of the total worldwide household wealth that I have found range from 100 trillion to 300 trillion. Now, again, this is probably back in 2009, a very long time ago. Was that 15 years? So the total addressable market now is more to probably be anywhere between 700 trillion and I'd say 900 trillion. I've heard those numbers, so I just want to point that out. But nonetheless, from back then, when the total addressable market was between 100 trillion and 300 trillion, with 20 million coins, that gives each coin a value of about $10 million per Bitcoin, as in this rectangle orange box, as you can see right here. Go figure. $10 million Bitcoin. Can you guys see it? So the possibility of generating coins today with a few cents to compute time may be quite a good bet. Yeah, you can say that again. With a payoff of something like 100 million to 1. So even if the odds of Bitcoin succeeding to this degree are slim, like Slim Shady, they are really 100 million to 1 against. Something to think about. I think that's a hell of a thing to think about because I feel when 10 million biddy is inevitable, only a matter of time. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, here's some more headlines and predictions regarding $10 million Bitcoin. Bitcoin, here's when Bitcoin will hit 10 million. There's another headline. This is interesting. Physics professor. Let me read this to you. Physics professor claims power law model shows Bitcoin will reach 10 million by 2045. We also have the head of Fidelity's macro, Jurian Timmer, predicting a $1 billion Bitcoin price by the year 2038. Just want to throw that out there. Now, quoting the Giga Chad, Mike Saylor, is it good for Bitcoin if JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Bank of America issue 10 trillion of USD stablecoins and start handling Bitcoin and selling it to all their institutional investors? Yeah, it's good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to 1 million per coin and then $10 million per coin. But wait, there's more. Quoting him again, yeah, I think Bitcoin keeps going up forever. It's going up forever, Laura. I mean, there is no reason we couldn't go to 10 million a coin because digital property isn't the highest form. Right. Let's freaking go. That's right. I'm going to read you some more from these articles in particular. Now, even Peter Schiff says Bitcoin can go to $10 million. I'll read this to you. Restating his conviction that Bitcoin's value will ultimately drop to zero, Peter Schiff, the ultimate Bitcoin troll, argues that the approved spot Bitcoin ETFs aren't creating new demand, but merely shifting existing demand, suggesting investors who might otherwise invested in actual Bitcoin or related equities are now opting for the new ETFs, resulting in redistribution of demand. Schiff uses the metaphor of rearranging deck chairs on a sinking ship to emphasize that such actions won't prevent the inevitable decline of the asset. So yeah, let's discuss this debate. Is Bitcoin going to zero or 10 million? I will tell you this, Bitcoin is more likely, absolutely more likely to go to 10 million than to go to zero, because it cannot go to zero, if you know what I mean. If you understand Bitcoin, you know what I'm saying. But anyways, in the ongoing discourse about Bitcoin's future value, Schiff makes the bold prediction. He suggests that regardless of how low Bitcoin's price falls, its proponents will always assert its superiority over gold, even in scenarios where Bitcoin drops to $100 in 2031. Good luck with that call, Peter. And gold rises to $10,000. He's hilarious, isn't he? Schiff believes that Bitcoin supporters will argue a 100x increase in the past 20 years compared to gold's 5x. And here's the initial tweet Schiff shared. This was January 25th, earlier this year. No matter how low the price of Bitcoin falls, its proponents will always be able to claim it outperformed gold because it has. For example, even if Bitcoin falls to $100 in 2031 and gold rises to 10,000, they will claim Bitcoin is up 100x in the past 20 years while gold is up. Precisely what we would say. You know what I mean? And when confronted with his hypothetical scenario, Bitcoin reaching 10 million by 2031, Schiff deflects the discussion by pointing to potential demise of the US dollar, proposing that if the US dollar undergoes hyperinflation, similar to the German paper mark, then a 10 million Bitcoin could become plausible. Now, that's also the logical reason on why Fidelity believes Bitcoin will hit $1 billion per coin by 2038 due to hyperinflation of the US dollar. But here's another interesting headline. As I shared with you earlier, this physics professor claiming the power law model shows Bitcoin reaching 10 million by 2045. That's right. The physics professor claimed Bitcoin will reach 10 million by 2045, citing his own power law mathematical relationship. He published this video with Professor Giovanni Santostasci, very similar name to Satoshi. Santostasci told the mathematician and Bitcoin investor Freddy Krueger, remember Nightmares on Elm Street, that his power law model is a more understandable and predictable model of a Bitcoin price over the long period of time. And he actually breaks down the math for this. Now, personally, I think it's inevitable. I think, you know what I mean, $10 million Bitcoin will come way sooner before 2045. And in fact, let's actually have a discussion here about it. So I could see Bitcoin hitting $1 million per coin next cycle, probably sometime by 2029 in my humble prediction. I could also see a multiple $1 million Bitcoin occurring in that same cycle. Now, depending upon the value of the dollar and the hyperinflation, right, occurring with USD, because we can't forget the BRICS movement, you know what I mean, all these countries moving away from the dollar, the de-dollarization and everything happening in real time, that nobody wants to be kind of like, what is that? What's that hot potato? You throw the potato, nobody wants to get basically stuck holding the bag, and that's USD for you. So as countries continue to move away from the dollar, it just goes to show you dollar is becoming more and more worthless. They're going to continue to print. They're currently roughly 35 trillion in deficit, which is mind-boggling. And the deficit is probably going to get worse and worse, so they have no other option but to continue to print. And you know, when the money printer continue to go, your purchasing power of the dollar goes, you know what I mean, to the drain, unfortunately. And that's what we're witnessing in real time. So can we see $10 million Bitcoin by the next cycle? It's a possibility. It doesn't have to be until the year, 2045 or whatever. It could happen way sooner than that. And if it doesn't happen in the preceding cycle, the 2028, 2032 cycle, I think it'll happen the following cycle, in my humble opinion. 10 million, very easy. So if the dollar hyperinflates, we can theoretically see a 100 million Bitcoin price. Those crazy predictions don't sound that crazy when you have a hyperinflating dollar. That's my point. And Michael Saylor has even made $100 million type predictions, but the most bullish we have ever covered here on the show was Fidelity, Head of Macro, Jerry and Timmer, and shout out to Nipsey going crazy in the background. I think that's the buy the dip signal, yo. That's buy the dip signal. He says Bitcoin's looking strong at 60,400. Buy the dip while you still can. Keep it in mind, we hit 73,800 last month, and we're going to re-enter price discovery mode here soon. That's coming from Nipsey, not investment advice. That's just me channeling what Nipsey is channeling from Satoshi right now, live and in the flesh. The ultimate buy signal. Just saying, that's a long-term buy signal, not short-term. Nipsey's a long-term hodler. If you don't know, now you know. Just saying. That's it. Right. So 100%, where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to take us? When can you see a 1 million and even a $10 million Bitcoin price? Holla at your boy and let me know, family, in the live chat. Nipsey's the pump sign, pumping it up. The dog in me is the dog in you. And if you dog in me, then I'm dogging you. Nipsey, is your prediction? Will it come true? I want to know the truth. Do what it do. Another meme I bought, VZ. JV, what comes after a trillion? I don't even know. That's why I didn't say the name when I said the total addressable market somewhere between 700 trillion and 900 trillion. I stopped at 900 because I don't know what the freaking number is. Is it quadrillion or quadrillion? Quadrillion? I get lost after the trillion mark. I'm going to guess it's quadrillion or something like that, or quadrillion. Katrina. I don't know. For Nipsey, I bought the dog and me of the base. Word. Nipsey is my financial advisor. Me too. Nipsey, love. Bitcoin, love JV. Thank you, Molly. Quadrillion. Good. Okay. Quadrillion. And then what comes after quadrillion? What comes after? Let me know. A nip trillion. So yeah, I think Max Kaiser will become the world's first trillionaire. Because again, if Saylor only has 17,000 Bitcoin, that's nothing compared to 1 million Bitcoin, which Max may or may not be holding, right? Because apparently he lost it all in a boat accident. But just saying, if he didn't, hypothetically, if he didn't lose all his Bitcoin in a boat accident, yeah, I think it'd be Max. And it's, yeah, hands down. Quintillion. Wow. So quadrillion, then quintillion. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pentrillion. 1 Bitcoin worth $10 trillion. Gazillion. I like that one. Bitcoin number 1, of course. Of course. Of course. Bit trillion. There we go, Kevin. Nip trillion. I like the nip trillion. As long as it's not reptilian. I like it. If Bitcoin reaches 1 million, what is $1 worth? Nothing. 0. Sextillion? Sextillion? Are these real numbers? I don't even know. Bit billion? I like it. Bitcoin 1 quin? 1 quin? Quintillion? Quintil? Quiti? Nip trillion? Yeah. Yeah, so the post halving, the 1.5 sits at 178 million. 1.618 sits at 1.1 billion. Thank you, Greg. Wow, so pentillion is after the quad. Good Lord. Do you think all these numbers will come into existence and play in our lifetimes with the dollar hyperinflating? Let me know. That'd be pretty crazy. Yeah, so UGPZ, a.k.a. Pepe, off the base, the airdrop. Google is number 2. Nip trillion, fiat equals shiats. Balchinian. Yeah, the Balchinian. Sextillion is 6 times. Wow. 6 sextillion. What's good, fam? Shout out Dankness. What it do? 1 bitty is 1 bitty. That's right. 1.0 will always be 1.0. Google Plex. Hex trillion. Could be real. Boomer is new meme on fire. JV coin when? No JV coin. I'm not trying to get the SEC chairman after me for something that smells like securities, if you know what I mean. Can't have that now.
Too many frauds and scams.
This clown's trying to take us down. What a guy. Wow, what a guy. Wow, what a guy.
Bonk Rock says, Kevin, Sun would probably explode before that. No, the CBDCs will make a splash and paper currency will be the new toilet paper. I wouldn't wipe my butt with fiat. It's disgusting. One day you will show the SAT live price and not in biddies. 100% with you on that. Probably more than likely, family. Thank you, KJam. Appreciate you sharing the X link. For you guys not following me on X, be sure to support us on X and retweet the show. We do at least a few posts every day. I'm very active on X. If the amount of wealth is 900 trillion and there's 20 million Bitcoin in circulation, the price of Bitcoin would be 45 million per coin. Let's go. Yeah, why am I so bearish with these titles? 10 million. 45 million. Now we're talking. Thank you, Jennifer. You got me pretty excited. Hold, time, hodl, Molly, yes, always. Who loved Gary? I guess for you no-coiners that needed an opportunity to get in the game, you may love Gary, but I'll just say I don't like the guy.
And let me just say,
Guess who's back again?
I'm just
Gary's back. Tell a friend.
Today, 7 Bitcoins buys an average house. We need to measure the value of the Bitcoin and something, not the dollar. Yeah, good point. Excellent point. Send it. The finest measurement, the buttload. Come on now. What are we talking about? The ones in the name, the brand new. The ones I'm named are brand new. Smelly Gary, BFD.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
What Bitcoin? Never heard of it. For real? Something up. I can't move my Bitcoin from Bitvavo. That's not good. Just bought a Toshi on the base last night. It could be huge. Need a measure sats. I am nowhere near 1 biddy, says Lisa. There are delays. 3 hours. That's not good. Toshi is good. Loving the music, JV. Thank you, Molly.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Na, 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 na.
And of course, we can't forget all the lost coins. Oompa loompa oompity doo.
Na, 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 na.
Hodl the hut. Roost.
I've created some guidelines. Cause all of my overlords told me to stop crypto shops. They got bigger.
1 Bitcoin equals 50 million bananas. Now we're talking. Finally. Yes, 1 Bitcoin. I'll take 50 million bananas, please. We have a proverb in Morocco that says, the greedy person is destroyed by the liar. Whoa.
You want help? Well, this is what I'll give you. A little middle finger mixed with the lost tooth. They must have forgot who I am, what I'm up to. Pick up the phone when you call, something I'll not do.
I'm a Nigerian prince stuck in prison. Send me 100 sats. I'll send you 200 back when out of prison. I steadily DCA, but if we get to 55,000 pieces of U.S. paper, I'm backing up the Brinks truck. Tell him Breck.
I'm shocked that you're just not cooperating. It's obvious you're wrong. Stop debating.
I steadily DCA. Yeah, you got to back up the truck on that one, yo. Young Pepe, look at the one. My YouTube has all that track. Nice.
Matter of fact, to stop operating. Everybody go back to the job
Shout out Devon.
you're hating. Miss Luna, FTX, LCS2. But my only job is protecting you. So
Let CZ free. Come on, let him be. I am the medieval math. That is where I learned what a butt actually is. Bonk on base. We hold 60. Well, we're still up above it. Let's see, yo.
SEC's protecting me. He said CZ free, please let him be. Gary tried to shut him down.
God bless my spoiled rich grandchildren. God bless them. Animated.
Securities, but I feel so empty without these. So
Yeah, man.
If it's not going to 0, it's going to 1 million.
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset.
Do you agree?
You agree?
Agreed.
And there is no second best asset.
wait for the pump to come. We should have bought that. Crypto to 0. They really thought that. Again, you can call me 3AC because I'm blowing it up.
And that is why we are here, right? Because we need an asset. Bitcoin is the best. There is no second best.
Facts. You heard it first and foremost from the Giga Chad. Wilder Worlds, VZ. Is that another project? 60 G's, baby. Shout out Worky. Work. I have Bonk, Toshi, and Brett in base, says Bill. Shrapnel game. Word. Word up. What do you do about the Decentraland? How much potential does that one have? Has a tremendous potential. I know it's a gaming coin. Yeah, previous cycle it did very well. How will it do this cycle? Your guess is as good as mine. The Super Cool Bros 2.0 BTFD, third best. There's no third best. Every time I watch the stream, I feel like I am in church. Church is in session. That's why. Gary will be humbled eventually. I don't mean you, my dear brother. My God protect you. Cheers, Justine, and God bless. Bill one ad roost. Bitcoin pump it up. Ask JV live Q&A before we rumble. That's right. We're about to head on over to Rumble, family. So if you got something you want to ask me here on the tube, speak now, forever hold your peace. I'll look up the roost. Woof, woof. Sweet. Whoa, pig. Whoa. Like, whoa. Yeah. Nitro. I'm honestly impressed. Impressive at Jennifer. We love them so much. Yeah, we do love our children and our children's children and our children's children's children. That's why we stacking them sats. Wow, yo, only 160 away from testing 60 G's. I got the dog in me. Love it. What is a must do or see if someone is visiting Puerto Rico for the day? Asked Tony. Great question. I guess it all depends on what part of the island you're visiting. It's kind of, even though it's overall a small island, it's, you know, it take maybe 6 hours to go from one side to the other. I guess it depends upon what your hobbies or passions are. Some people may want to go surfing. Some people may just want to go to the beach and chill. Some people, I don't know, may want to go shopping. Some want to just walk down the happening part of the town in San Juan. It all depends, guys. You can do a lot here. There's a million things to do, so I don't know anything specifically that I can recommend for everybody. In your bearish impersonation, say 33 of the 3/3. What? In your best Irish impersonation. Oh, man, I don't think I have an Irish impersonation. I can try my McGregor one, but I don't think it'll sound good. Old San Juan, yeah, Old San Juan's dope. That's where the cruise ships go. I just had a friend visit on a cruise, and I linked up with them in Old San Juan. A good point for food and PR, JB. We all need to eat right. Man, there's a ton of good places to eat, and we're dropping, yo. We're about to test that 60 Gs. I try to eat at healthy places, so maybe what I would recommend most people wouldn't like. I mean, I don't eat meat, for Christ's sake. So, but yeah, they got good fish here. They got good restaurants. They got, you know what I mean, local restaurants. They have Italian style restaurants and Mexican, any type of cuisine you could imagine. They have, affordable restaurants. They have very high-end restaurants and everything in between. I think the most I've paid for a dinner with a date was $1,500. That's with a nice bottle of champagne. I think the bottle was $500. But just to show you, you can spend a fortune, or you can eat locally and maybe spend $20 and have a dinner. You know what I mean? So it all depends upon your lifestyle, family. Food, come on, food. I got the Boomer airdrop. If I visit Puerto Rico, I'm going to visit Nipsey. I bet is so pretty in Puerto Rico. It's pretty lit. I think you'll dig it, Devon. There's a reason it's the tourist destination of the States. Very convenient, very easy to fly down there. I can suggest visiting Condado if you're going to, obviously you're flying into San Juan. It's very close, and it's the happening part of the town where they have all the high-end stuff and everything in between, everything you could want. Buy Bitcoin, never see 60 Gs again. I buy another, everybody want to say it's badass for May, holiday in China. So I don't expect to see the ETF buying when we wake up tomorrow. May looks better Thursday morning through the next week. Happy hodler, cheers. How's the infrastructure? Infrastructure's just fine, family. Loving the info, bought the Boomer and the Bitcoin to dip. JB, do you find it hard to date as a public figure? These are questions I prefer to answer on Rumble. $500 champagne. Yeah, I experienced a $500 bottle of champagne. This is true. True story. Perhaps Bitcoin is fool's gold. How dare you say that? Buy and hodl Bitcoin peeps, and the US cell phone works there too, of course. I have T-Mobile from Florida. came here. Works just great. Awesome. Thanks. You're welcome. I got 2,000 in base memes, and I'm holding them for a grip of my tarot cards. Say buy the dip, buy the dip, but buy the dip, tear the cards. Yeah, yo. But anyways, let's see if 60,000 holds. Let's move this party on over to Rumble. KJam, if you could drop the link. If you're new to the channel, this daily pod is hosted each and every day, 7 days a week on both YouTube and Rumble. And when the YouTube stream ends, like we're about to end now, we continue with the uncensored version of the pod exclusively on Rumble. So if you want to hang out and kick it uncensored with JV, head on over to Rumble right now. Link in the live chat. Thank you, KJam. You the man. Let's see if 60,000 holds. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you had a good time. I'll be back this evening, 10 p.m. Eastern, for the premiere of today's pod, which is the edited version condensed down to 30 minutes. And yeah, head on over to Rumble right now and let's continue to kick it. I'm looking forward to it, family. And yeah, let's get ready to rumble, shall we? Deuces, fam. All right, Rumble fam, where you at? Where you at? Make some noise, make some noise. We're going to flip it.